The Mach-E has pretty bad sounding bass, even if you have the B&O system. Today, we're gonna try and fix that. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. We bought this Mach-E almost a year ago. We've been enjoying it, but the one thing that we haven't enjoyed so much is the lack of bass. So the way that we're gonna fix that today is with an all-in-one sealed bass enclosure. We're gonna install it in the back. I'm gonna show you exactly how we do that install, and we're gonna try our best to do some sort of a real-world test to prove if it worked or not. But let's look at the factory sub and see if we can understand what the problem is. You see in the back of here, there's a little sub spot right here, and the rumor is this has basically like a 6x9 speaker in here. So there's not a lot of room for the sound to get out there, and it's designed really well to make the best use of the sound possible. But we're gonna look at installing an all-in-one sub. I will go through exactly how the all-in-one sub installs and where we're gonna put it. But first, we gotta pay some bills. Gamsgo. Are you paying too much for Netflix, Spotify, Disney Plus, Crunchyroll, Duolingo, Canva, or Adobe? Gamsgo has you covered with premium shared subscriptions for a fraction of the price directly from the distributor. Yes, Gamsgo is the shared premium experience that you've been looking for that saves a ton of money. I personally use Gamsgo for my Netflix, my Spotify, my Disney Plus, and my Crunchyroll subscriptions, and I have saved tons of money by switching to Gamsgo. Switching to Gamsgo is as easy as clicking the link in the description or up in the title card, which will take you to the main Gamsgo website. Select the services that you're looking for and buy them. But to show you how easy it is, we're gonna take 30 seconds and we're gonna sign up for Netflix. So we've clicked the affiliate link and I'm gonna click purchase now on Netflix. Now we have an option to buy 3 months or 6 months. I'm gonna buy a 6-month membership. I'm gonna say activate auto renewal because you don't wanna miss out anyway. Now in my case, I only need one profile. That means that I get one of the 5 included shared profiles with my Netflix account, and I can install it on one device in my home. Do you have multiple devices in your home? You might want to switch to the 5 profiles option, which also unlocks multiple devices so that you can use all of your profiles across multiple devices. But in my case, one profile is plenty. Now, this is the most important step. It's gonna say, do you have a promo code? Yes, I do. And the promo code is GEARS. We're gonna apply our promo code and it's gonna say, this is a valid promo code. We're gonna click to go to payment, and then we're gonna enter in all of our details. This is a one-time payment of just $21.26. That is crazy cheap for premium Netflix on one device with one profile. I'm going to pay now. I'm gonna enter my credit card information, and that's it. Once you've paid, you get immediate access to Netflix, and it's as simple as logging into your Gamsgo account, getting the username and passkey, and then going to legit Netflix. Now it's gonna immediately say, well, who is this? Now I am account number 3, Gears and Tech, and it's gonna ask for my PIN code because I locked this down. Once I have my PIN code in, now instantly I am in the full premium Netflix experience. This gives me HD Netflix, I can download it, and it's that simple. And it works the same on all your other favorite streaming platforms. This is truly an amazing deal, you don't wanna miss it. Click the link down below to grab your deal. Now I wanna try and test this thing. So I've got an app on my phone that does an SPL tester, and I just wanna see what kind of bass volume that we're getting at the front, at the middle, and even back. And then we'll try it again with the new sub in. You see, it's really hard to prove that the sound is better or worse in a video, especially since I can't even play the audio to you guys because we'll just get demonetized. So all I'm gonna do is show you the SPL settings after I grab them, and then we'll install the sub, and then we'll do the test again. Now the best sound level that we got was 102.23 decibels. And that was the same at the front, the middle, and the back. The one thing that I noticed is just how bad this sounds with a bass tester. So there's so much vibration in here. It sounds like the speaker's quite crappy. Up in the front, it sounds okay, but as soon as you get to the middle or into the rear, there's just a lot of really bad vibration. So let's have a look at what this guy is, and then we'll show you how we're gonna install it. Now the beauty of this is that it comes with everything you need. So here is the wiring kit for it, which I don't even know if I need all of that. And it's got the speakers and the signal wire and everything. It also has this, which is a bass booster external volume knob. We'll look at that closer in a second. But this is the whole thing. This is an all-in-one 10-inch sub. It is very thin, and it has high-level and low-level inputs, as well as adjustable bass control, phase inversion, manual on-off. It's fused separately, and you've got your DC inputs. There's not a lot to look at here. It's a very basic system. This one says that it does 600 to 800 watts max, but I don't know, it's pretty light, and I'm not expecting big things, but it was really cheap. And I just wanted something that was inexpensive and added better bass than the factory system. Now it does also have some mounting hardware here, some instructions, and then you saw that remote bass knob, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that. Many people will run it to the front of the car, but I don't think I'm going to. But the next thing is, where are we going to install it? And I'll show you that right now. You see, if we lift this up, flip that mat out of the way, and then lift this guy up here, there's some space under here, right here, where your factory charger sat. In my case, there's really nothing in there. I still have my inflator kit. There's this styrofoam insulation. It's the cover for this, which I took off and just threw there years ago. So we've got this space. Now check this out. This is the sub right here, and it fits right in that space just like that. It's so low profile that I actually have a good inch of space left here. Like, it's got tons of space to fit here. This door will close on top of that and sit nice and smooth. In fact, I have it going on to the top setting here, which gives me tons more space up under here. If I wanted to, I could drop this to the lower setting and it would still fit flush in here. Now, all I'm gonna do is remove the side panel here and access the sub, because I'm gonna wire it directly off of the wiring for the sub, and I'm gonna power it off of this 12-volt accessory port here. Now, the one question many of you guys are gonna have is, does that 12-volt accessory port have the proper wiring and sufficient current carrying ability to power an 800-watt amplifier? The short answer is no, it doesn't. But because this isn't truly 800 watts, it's more like 200 to 300 watts nominal, 800 maybe peak, this will be absolutely sufficient. One thing that many people have done to make this more suitable is put the same size fuse in the amplified speaker as what that socket supports, which it supports up to 20 amps. So put a 20 amp fuse in your amp and you'll be just fine. I'm going to show you guys when we're done, but now it's time for a quick time lapse while we do this install. Okay, I want to walk you through what we've done here. So all we've done is accessed this side panel the easiest way that I know how, and that is to remove this bottom sill plate. You saw that we removed these little tabs here. They just pop right up with a screwdriver, and then you use a metric 20 Torx socket. And then there was these two bolts here, which were right in here. They are 8mm. You take those out, and then that piece just pops right off of here, nice and easy. And then you saw me take the rubber sill off. It just pulls out. You got to be careful. There's a sticky like silicone seal on there that you're going to get all over your arms, and if you're not careful. But I just pulled it off enough that I could get this panel to pop off with a flat blade screwdriver, and then that exposes everything behind here that you need to see. So you can see that is the factory sub. It's more like a 6x9 than anything. And then there's power here and everything. So all I did, I'll see if I can hold this and show you guys in a way that you can see. So this is the plug-in for the factory sub. I unplugged it, and then all I did was stripped the wires back like this, and then attached the two speaker wires for our powered sub right onto these. You can do that by stripping it back and soldering it on, or I will put a link in the description for some T-clips that are beautiful, that work really great for this. Then for the power, we just went to the back side of the cigarette plug here, I stripped the purple wire and then wrapped the wire that came in our kit around there and then taped it on really well. Again, you can use those T-sockets for that as well, which makes it really good. And then way deep down in there, you can see this is the ground screw for the entire electronics in the back. So all I did was loosen that up with the same 8mm socket that I had, and then I shoved a stripped chunk of wire underneath there to get to the amp. Now the reason I have two red wires is the wire that came in the kit wasn't long enough to reach from our screw back there around and into this bay area here. So what I've done is wrapped some black tape on here so that I know that this is a negative wire, not a positive wire. We also have the 12-volt positive plugged into the 12-volt positive. Those of you who are familiar with amplifier hookups, normally you need a remote wire connection. And that's what this yellow wire is supposed to do. This normally connects to a switched power source. Now in my case, since I'm powering it off of this 12-volt accessory outlet, this outlet actually shuts off about 2 minutes after you turn the car off, and it turns on as soon as you turn the car on. So because I'm using a switched accessory outlet, you do not need the remote wire. All I did was set this for auto power on, and I just have it pushed in so that it's just always on whenever there's power on here. So it makes the install a little bit easier. I don't need to use this remote wire. Then we've got the speaker wire, which you already saw I ran from over there. So I've got 3 wires running from there. I've got power, I've got ground, and I've got the high level speaker. It is only a mono speaker, but I connected it to the right and the left source on here just because the way that the amplifier works, it's a dual channel amplifier and it does not do a bridge mode. So it actually needs audio from both your left and your right channel in order to amplify properly. Then you've got all of these settings to set. Now I've turned the low pass filter down. It goes up to 150 Hertz, which makes the speaker just get a little bit too high frequency vibration, which doesn't sound really good. So I usually turn that down to somewhere around 75, 80 Hertz. And then I do turn the bass boost up, and then you need to adjust your gain until it sounds good inside the car. But this is the basic install just like that. I'm gonna do a little bit of wire cleanup. I'm gonna put this all back together, and then we can do the actual bass test and see if it got any better. And that is our finished installed sub. You can see it fits in there beautifully. There's tons of room and it sounds great. Now sadly, when we checked it with the app, we're still only around 102, 103 decibels for our peak power. But what I can say is the bass is a lot more clear. It is a lot more defined, and we don't have that annoying rattle that we had from the plastic and the speaker being just way too loose. So overall, for less than $200, this is a great way to get started with just a basic bass upgrade on your Mach-E. Now this will work in pretty much any vehicle, and you can install it very similarly to what you saw here today. The big question you're gonna ask is, do we have room to fit a bigger speaker? The answer is yes. So with the parcel shelf down on the lowest setting, you only have about 3.5 inches of total room. But if you're willing to go up to the higher parcel shelf setting, you can get, I think it's like 4.5 to 5 inches of depth, which allows you to start getting into some proper 10-inch subs and even a 12-inch sub if you're willing to take out that styrofoam piece that's in there. It can fit and it can sound really great, and it hooks up really easily. Something else you might want to consider, you saw us hook it up to the factory bass speaker connection. Now that actually filters out frequencies below about 20 Hertz. If your speaker can handle frequencies below 20 Hertz, you'll actually have those frequencies removed from the sound signal, and you'll want to go and tap off of a regular speaker audio output, and then you'll get the full range of audio, and then you can just use the crossover built into the sub to strip out the higher frequencies and get a lot of those really low bass notes. But overall, for what we're doing here today, this is an excellent upgrade, very easy to do, and you can do it in an afternoon in your own home with basic tools. I will put links in the description for the sub that we used and the tools that we used so that you know everything that you need to make this happen on your Mach-E. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.